Hello and welcome to another Sunday afternoon craft. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new, I'm Tanya with yanxa.creations, and on this channel I absolutely love to share with you all my crafting ideas. So in today's video we are going to be making art. So we are going to be doing art on canvas panels, and we're going to be doing that by sublimation. So how are we going to get it done? So in a previous video, I did try out and review the HTVRONT Sublimation Spray, and it worked pretty okay. I didn't really love the way how it washed, but then if we're gonna be doing something like a canvas, we're not gonna be washing that, so I wanted to see how it's gonna go. So I'm excited to try this because we are going to be sublimating this piece of art right here. I just love her, she's gorgeous. And we're gonna set that up right here on this panel. So I'm gonna hang this in my office. So off camera I went ahead and I sprayed the panel, and the reason for that is the sublimation spray, I like to wear a respirator when I'm using it. So almost anything I'm spraying, I will wear a respirator. So that is one of the downsides of using something that's a spray. You can inhale it, and some of us may have a bad response to it. So I'm not saying that this product is bad. I'm saying any product at all that you're going to be spraying, I would advise that you do it in a well-ventilated space and wear a respirator if possible. So I did that off screen, and all I did was to get my panel. I laid it out onto some butcher paper to not have all that spray onto my table, and then I just grabbed my spray, shake it up, and you just go ahead and you spray across the panel. Okay, so when you are spraying this onto something like a t-shirt, a piece of fabric that is very absorbent, you will have this that t-shirt or that piece of fabric will absorb it. Now the canvas itself is somewhat absorbent, but because it's canvas board, it's sort of solid. It's a little bit like a hard surface, so you would not have as much absorption. And so I did find that my surface was very wet and it had the liquid pooling in areas. So what you're going to want to do is to get a brush, and so here's my brush. So what I did, I got my brush and I started at the top, and I just went across and I pushed off any excess liquid in one direction only, and then I came back with my brush and went across. Just don't go back and forth, just go across in one direction. And we're doing this to minimize brush strokes because you want your spray to be evenly distributed across your panel. So that's what I did, and here is my brushed on panel. If you look, you can see a few strokes in it, but you want to try to minimize those brush strokes. Okay, so this is a first for me, so we're trying it out together. So I've already started heating up my press, and I've set it to 380 for 40 seconds. So this is going to be a quick video. We just want to see how this is going to work, and we really hope that it works out great. I'm excited for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to set down my butcher paper onto the heat press and my panel. Now this design, I got it from none other than Creative Fabrica. They have lots of designs that you can use for artwork. So I went ahead, this is printed onto a legal size or the 8.5 by 14 sheet because my panel is 11 by 14. So I use my regular sublimation setting, of course. You go ahead and you set your printer to print on slow, you print on reverse, and you want to set that to presentation paper matte and high quality. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to quickly pre-press the canvas. Okay, so let's get that butcher paper there, and we're going to pre-press for 40 seconds. Sorry, for 5 seconds. Bearing in mind this is the first time I'm doing it, so I really don't know what's gonna happen. I am hoping that the canvas itself will not curl from the heat. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my design, place my design onto the canvas, middle it as much as possible. Okay, I think I can see my canvas curling already. That is so unfortunate. I'm so sad. Okay, let's get the parchment paper on, butcher paper, and let's press. I'm gonna go grab some books to put on top of this to see if I can stop that curl from happening. Okay, here we are. I think it's gonna be all curled up, honestly. No, it's not. Okay. All right. Don't curl, don't curl, don't curl. So my panel is cooling down and I've got these books on top of it to stop it from warping. And if you're wondering why I chose to use a panel versus a stretched canvas, so the reason for that is when you're looking at first of all, the thickness of the stretched canvas, I would not have been able to do it right here under the press. Okay, so if I were to use something like my easy press, then I would have needed to get some foam or some towels to fill in the back like I had done in a previous video, and I just thought it may be easier for me to use a canvas panel. Of course, with a canvas panel, we run the risk of it warping because it's really made from cardboard or from bagasse, and so it will warp. It can warp under the heat. All right, and I definitely saw a bit of warping in this, and so that's why I had put the books on there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the books and show you what the transfer looks like. Okay, so let's get rid of these books. And ready? Here is my design. It looks awesome. It really does. Let me come up some more. So the design looks awesome. It has a slight bend in it, and I think we can try and sort that out a bit, but I think the transfer on it was really great. I can see some brush strokes in the canvas as well. So there's that. So this was a quick experiment to see if I could sublimate on these canvas panels using the HTVRONT Sublimation Spray, and I would say that the answer is indeed yes. It looks great, except that we need to work on how to prevent this from warping. So perhaps I could have reduced the temperature and reduced the press time, and it may not have warped. So that's something to try out, but I think there was a great transfer of image, and it would end up being a really quick way to get some quick art. So let me know what you think. This was a really quick video just to try this out. I was really excited about it. Let me know if you like this, if you're gonna try it, and if you have any suggestions for how I can prevent this from warping if I'm going to try the sublimation process again. So this was the HTVRONT Sublimation Spray sprayed onto the canvas, and this was just a regular sublimation transfer. No DTF going on here, regular sublimation paper onto the canvas. So if you like this, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I want to say thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week in another quick video.